All right, so welcome back, everybody. For today's deep dive, we're going to be jumping into one of the most captivating stories, I think, from Journey to the West.
Well, absolutely.
It's the story of Chechi country.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And this one's got it all, folks.
It really does.
Magic, religious tension, and of course,
Monkey business, right?
yeah, we can't forget about that.
Can't forget about the monkey business.
So to quickly introduce the main players here, we've got the Buddhist monk Tripitaka on his famous pilgrimage to fetch those sacred scriptures,
Right, right.
to bring them back to China.
Exactly. And he's got his disciples along with him, of course, and none more famous than the Monkey King himself, Sun Wukong.
Well, and I think, you really hit the nail on the head when you said introduce the players, because you've got Tripitaka, who's all about piety discipline, following the rules, he's striving for enlightenment.
Right, the straight man.
Exactly, the straight man. And then you have Wukong, who's like the impulsive, rebellious trickster.
A wild card.
Exactly. He's always kind of pushing the boundaries of questioning authority. Well, and they land themselves in Chechi country. And this is where things get really interesting, because it's ruled by these three Taoist sorcerers.
Yeah, with those very descriptive names, right?
Yeah, a little on the nose, don't you think?
Just a tad.
Tiger power immortal, deer power immortal, and sheep power immortal.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like foreshadowing, right?
Sure.
Like they're hinting at their true nature.
A little too obvious.
Yeah, exactly. So these sorcerers have basically taken over, they've suppressed the Buddhists and are forcing their own brand of Taoism on everyone.
So we've got some religious tension brewing right off the bat.
Oh, absolutely. And it really begs the question, is this just a simple good versus evil story, or is there something more nuanced going on here?
Well, it wouldn't be Journey to the West without some nuance, right?
Exactly.
But things take a turn for the worse when Tripitaka gets himself captured
Oh, no.
by these sorcerers.
Of course he does.
And they try to make him convert to Taoism, but Tripitaka is steadfast in his beliefs.
He's a man of principle.
Yeah, he's not budging, but of course Wukong's not going to stand for this.
Oh, no, Wukong's got to get involved.
Yeah, he can't just sit back and watch.
No way.
So he infiltrates the sorcerer's temple, and he's ready to use all his tricks to free his master.
Well, and this is where I think it gets really fascinating, because instead of just going in, guns blazing, Wukong challenges the sorcerers to these three contests of skill.
So the battle of wits and magic.
Exactly. And, it almost seems like he's saying, all right, let's see whose belief system is really the superior one.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to expose them for what they really are.
Absolutely.
Show that their power is maybe not as legitimate as they're making it out to be.
I think you're right on the money there. And the first challenge is this rain-making contest. They each have to summon rain, but the sorcerer's rain ends up being all polluted and basically useless.
Yeah, yucky.
But then Wukong conjures up this pure, life-giving rain, symbolic of his connection to a higher power, I think.
Like he's proving his magic is the real deal, not some cheap parlor trick.
Right, and then we've got the meditation challenge.
Oh, yes.
Where they have to, sit and meditate and demonstrate their focus, but Wukong, being the trickster he is, he turns himself into a little insect and just totally disrupts their concentration.
Well, so much for inner peace, right?
Very much for inner peace, yeah. And I think that really drives home the point that appearances can be deceiving.
Yeah, they might look all spiritual on the outside, but
on the inside,
they're a mess.
They're a mess, exactly.
So for the final challenge, they have this underwater retrieval contest, and once again, Wukong outsmarts them. But here's where it gets really juicy, folks.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Their true identities are revealed, and get this, they're actually animal spirits, a tiger, a deer, and a sheep.
No way.
I know.
I knew those names were suspicious.
I told you they were a little on the nose.
That's incredible.
So all this time, they've been masquerading as these powerful Taoist masters, but they were just animals in disguise.
Yeah, that's a twist.
It is, and it really makes you think about how easily we can be fooled by those in positions of authority.
Especially when they use religion or spirituality to manipulate people.
Yeah, it's a good reminder to always be a little skeptical and question what you're being told.
Couldn't agree more.
So in the final showdown, Wukong and his pal Pigsy fight and defeat these sorcerers.
It's about time.
I know, right? They free Tripitaka, and peace is restored to Chechi country.
It's a happy ending.
It is a happy ending, but I think this story is trying to tell us something a little deeper than that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about good versus evil.
Right. It's about recognizing how easily power can be abused, even in the name of religion.
Exactly. We should always be critical thinkers and question those in power.
I think that's a message that's as relevant today as it was back then.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the way the story uses magic and trickery to explore these themes?
Well, I think the magic acts as this really powerful metaphor.
Right.
It shows how appearances can be deceptive and how important it is to look beyond the surface.
Yeah, and those tricks that Wukong pulls, they're not just for entertainment.
Right, they're like these little lessons.
Exactly. They're showing us that we need to be clever and resourceful if we want to see through deception and challenge those who are abusing their power.
I like that.
So, folks, as you go about your day, remember the story of Chechi country. And don't be afraid to question authority. Think for yourselves and always be on the lookout for those wolves in sheep's clothing,
Well said.
because they might just turn out to be a tiger, a deer, and a sheep,
Or even a monkey.
or even a monkey.
Who knows?
Who knows? Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.